too.
Now we are eating bread with butter. Those days they are not even bread. Don't talk about butter. Crime have no nationality.
Yeah.
If you talk about pepper, there's no place in the world that you don't have people without peppers. And we have been this loggerhead since 2007. How long will we continue making laws that we are not ready to obey? Ashamed of ourselves and do something to change it.
Hello friends, this is Jums of the thejumzb. Thank you for stopping by and you're welcome. In today's video, I have a very important guest, and the amazing thing is I never knew this kind of person existed. You will get to know in the video, but I'm here with the president of the Nigerian Union of Traders here in Ghana. Can you beat that? Let me know in the comment section if you've ever heard of this association before, because I didn't know about it and I'm really curious to know all about it. Okay, so kindly enjoy. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and get a drink and sit down, because this is about to be a very enlightening session. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, you're welcome back. And with me is
the president of Nigerian Union of Traders in Ghana.
Okay. What state are you from in Nigeria?
I'm from Enugu State, precisely from Kano East.
Okay, fun fact, guys. I had my national service, my 3 weeks orientation camp in Enugu, Ogu.
Okay.
Ogu camp, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. How long have you been in Ghana for?
I've been here for many years, since 1995. I think I'm in the 28th year now.
28 years.
Nah, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you speak Twi?
Kakra.
What can they sell you? Or you can buy your way?
No. They met me the way you can actually say me a Ghanaian. Because in a sense that we're near Nigerian. In many places I have been, they thought I'm really a Ghanaian, but actually I was born and brought up in Nigeria before coming here. Early 20s. So that is it.
Okay, wow, that's nice. So before we get on to why we're here today, I would like to know a bit about you. So what's your favorite Ghanaian dish?
Okay, I'm actually I should have one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or which one do you like?
Apesan kotumbre.
Okay.
Let me.
Let's leave it like that. You don't like fufu?
No, I don't, because when we are young, we do eat those things, but as you are growing, you start being mindful of what you eat. It's because of the combination of it. It goes with much oil and
the soups.
I'm not sure of the cassava itself, cooking it and eating it, whether it's wholesome in the body. So because you know how we do it, we put it for 4 days to ferment. So the acidic part of it is always out of it before we eat it. But here is different. So I avoid those things. But I eat a lot of Ghanaian food. I can, of course, rice ball is general. So that's why you can say it's Hausa food, but that one is okay.
So far, how's your stay in Ghana been?
Yeah, it has been very fruitful. I can tell you, I'm a successful businessman, a trader, and it's ups and downs, just like every other human being. I have decided to live here because, of course, you see, I'm growing now.
Yeah.
So where can I jump to? So from here, I will go back to my village. Straight.
You're going back?
To my village. I'm preparing very seriously.
Wow.
Yeah. Very, very seriously. My kids might not come with me, but I'm going. I'm married from my village anyway.
Oh, and they're all here?
That's the point. Some have left here to another place. So that's the issue now at hand. But I'm getting ready for everybody to come home. Whoever will be willing to come. That's why we're praying that we have good security in our place.
Because my friend told me that you flew back for the election. So I'm like, this is a very patriotic Nigerian. No,
no, I was actually in Nigeria, I think 4 times.
This year?
Yes.
Wow.
So on presidential, I was there. Then the governorship, when they cancelled it, I was already in Lagos before the cancellation came. I returned back. Then I went back again on the Gulf Association on the 18th. That one even I left very early. Now, the reason is that you must, try to contribute to the society.
Yeah.
It's not all of blaming people. It took me a lot of money to do that because I have to fly about 8 aeroplanes. Then, I have to connect from Lagos to Enugu and all that.
Yeah.
The risk of flying this aeroplane, the risk of even what you eat on the way, sometimes you will not eat early, your body system and all that. But I said to myself, if there's a time, it's now. I have to do it now.
Because your children are the ones going to enjoy
yeah,
whatever you
if we
labor
get
for
it
now.
right, the kids have to get it. That's a side of our years that are better. But since last 20, 15 years, it become West. So I think we should be ashamed of ourselves and do something to change it. So that's what we're doing now.
Wow.
Whatever we'll do, what we can do. Whatever the left one will be forgotten. Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so I introduced you earlier as the president of the Nigerian Union of Traders in Ghana. Is it the whole of Ghana or just Accra?
The whole of Ghana. I'm the national president.
Wow.
We have presidents in about 10 regions.
Okay.
10 regions.
Okay.
So there's many areas that are functioning well. That's a little bit plastic, but then we thank God for everything.
Yeah.
So, and my tenure will actually end this year.
How long have you been?
Yeah, since 2016.
Wow. Wow.
Since 2016. So I was elected November 2015, inaugurated on February 2016. By February next year, I will hand over.
Wow.
But the election will take place by November as well.
How's it been so far?
They have been very, very regular. Strong task ahead.
I can imagine.
They have not been easy. But with God and the support I have from my executives and the governments of both countries, and also cooperation from the Guta itself, which is our rival, it has been a little easier for me.
Now, when I first came to Ghana, I was told by a Ghanaian when we're talking about, Nigerians trading here, I was told that Nigerians are not allowed to sell in Ghana. And so one other person told me that, except maybe the person is a citizen, and all of that. So I've always had this notion that Nigerians are not supposed to own businesses in Ghana, right? And sometimes I'm hesitant to even go to interview, some traders, ask how they're, because I don't want to put them in trouble. So far, it's only one Nigerian I've ever interviewed because I'm always scared. I don't want to put them in trouble and all of that. So I was very excited when I knew that there was something like this association because I never knew. And enlighten us, are Nigerians supposed to own businesses in Ghana?
Yes, Nigerians and the other nationals have the right to...
Other nationals from any other country?
Any other part of the world have the right to own a business and operate in Ghana.
Yeah.
So for us, you meet up the requirement. And I will explain to you now.
Yeah.
Now, every other business in Ghana or each business has its own requirement. They are not the same. So if you are doing, let's say somebody who is operating a factory who produce something. I think the last I checked the registration, they have to show evidence of $500,000.
$500,000?
Yes. I think it has moved up now, yes. It used to be 50. Wow. Now it have moved up. If you jointly own it with a Ghanaian, $200,000 will be okay as a requirement. That is almost every other business in that way. But when it comes to trading, the requirement says that $1 million for trading as a basic capital. And this you pay the 5% to register general. And also, since it's a minimum, he also pays, it's not 5%, 0.5%. Yeah, and 0.5% also goes to GIPC, which are the regulatory bodies. And because 1 million is minimum, so if your money is maybe $10 million, the GIPC will be demanding 0.5% of that amount of money. So for them, they don't have stamp duty price, but Register General do. They are taking, yeah, it's the same. But for them, they give you minimum registration price, so 5,000. So this is the requirement according to GIPC law. I think that is 860 and 27 or something like that. But Nigerians have an advantage again why there is ECOWAS protocol. ECOWAS protocol stipulated in their compendium and based, let's say the bylaw, that all member states must be treated equally of the citizens of other states in their countries. All member states. Member state is all the members of ECOWAS community have to treat the citizens of all the members equally as their own citizens when it comes to trading. So it's likely if we have to comply with that protocol that the Nigerians should walk into Ghana space, go and register business like the Ghanaians does, and the same apply to Ghanaians in Nigeria. Now, what you have to ask now is what is the level of compliance? And all these nations or the states have failed below. None of them complies. And that's where the problem comes from. How long will we continue making laws that we are not ready to obey? Because, you see, for me, I'm a trade advocate. I don't really care whether you're in Nigeria or you're Ghana. My concern is that all the states must comply with what you have signed. It's not after you have signed it, now tell me there's something you reserve for your nationals. There's nothing like that in that ECOWAS protocol. Now, the only thing there is that protocol of ECOWAS did not have policing, or they do not penalize. Then it makes it as if that you can do whatever you want. But that is not fair. It's not fair because you put the citizens in danger. Many of us who move from Nigeria come to Ghana knows that they are going to ECOWAS country. They are not, because if I wanted to have gone to Europe, I know if you don't have visa, you will not go. But why do you have to wake up in the morning and enter a bus that is going to Nigeria and say that you are going to Nigeria? Because you know there's a protocol that have given you access to that. So there is a where we are. And many people knows that you don't have to. No, you should do business. A Ghanaian should register his company in Nigeria, do business and pay taxes, just like Nigerians. And vice versa. Nigeria should also do the same. So this is where we are. We have not achieved that kind of 100% compliance, and all the leaders can tell you that, oh, this one is doing this. In Ghana, the case have been different. The locals, that's the Guta, the Ghanaian Traders Union, they're also fighting that their law must be complied full. We Nigerians here also say that the ECOWAS protocol should protect us. And we have been this loggerhead since 2007. Government in, out, we are there. Sometimes they will lock the shops. 1 year, 2 years, open it. Another 1 year, 2 years, close it. We have been in it.
So that $1 million for traders, it doesn't apply. It shouldn't apply to ECOWAS.
It shouldn't apply to ECOWAS nationals. It should not just Nigeria. ECOWAS
yes, that's why I said ECOWAS.
Yeah.
It shouldn't
apply.
ECOWAS.
That is our argument. But they are also arguing that the laws have no respect of a person. So
hey.
Yeah. Wow. You know, that have to do with Nigeria closing its border. That shouldn't be. They have no right of doing that. But they came up with an argument that they are on threat. There's a threat coming. So that is enough reason, but they have no reason to close it. Because for me, where is the threat coming from? You have border with the sea, right? Then Benin, the other side, Cameroon, right? I think Chad and Niger. Is it coming from Niger, Cameroon, or Chad? Deal with the matter there. If we are serious in whatever we are doing, what they would have done is send intelligence. We heard that ammunition is passing through your borders to our own. Let your men be on guard. It doesn't take much time. Traders from all West Africa, not only Ghana, not only Nigeria, lost billions of naira. The National Association of Nigerian Traders, my boss, who is Barrister Kenoko, had told me that there's over 2,500 trucks on the borders for almost 1 year. And those the goods that cannot, have expiring date,
Okay.
expires there. No, if you don't know anything to do, some are locked. You can't do anything about it. They waited. But those who have to bring it back, whether you can sell it back or not, a lot of money was lost. The Tesla industry lost over. They are quoting trillion. I don't know how much it is in 6 months. And that is their own case. This is what we're going through. And that shouldn't be. This region, we are very poor. We should not lose any money. And I'm surprised why our leaders are doing that.
The Ghanaian counterparts in Nigeria who are traders, do they have laws that guide them, or they are also enjoying the ECOWAS benefits?
Yeah, you see, that have been another challenge we are having, or confrontation we're also having with them.
In Nigeria?
No, I'm talking about here. You see,
okay.
we try to minimize the trouble so that it will not escalate. Excuse my word, I'm a Christian. I don't want to have blood around me. You know how our people behave. And we are trying to manage the issue here very well so that it won't be as if, because many people have called, can we do this? I said, listen, you have not got into that. The governments are on top of the game. And they really did well. Yeah. So there's a law they have to meet. But you see, Nigeria is not a country where you start going to look for a foreigner. Unless maybe even if the white skin people, they have their free day in Nigeria. Yes, I know they regulate them and all that, but then it's not as crazy as what we meet here.
Do you think it's because we are not very strict with our laws?
It's not being strict. Listen, every country, no country should be strict on the law against the human being. And I'm putting it this way because you see, why do you go to Europe and you see somebody paper expired and he filing for asylum? It's not because they know he's a human being first before he come from any country. And if you have choose to stay in that country, the least he can do is to put him in the system. Some of us came to Ghana, it's not because we want to come. I don't know how Ghana look. In fact, when I came to Ghana, should be a top headline. I hide it from my family that I'm in Ghana. I told them I'm in Zaria. Yes. Because I don't know how the embarrassment will be that you're in Ghana. Come on. So we thank God things have improved now, but it's not as easy as that. Many people came by accident. We're young. My friend have been here for 4 months. He said, "Oh, you can go there. Let's go and hustle them." We came. There's 4 boys in the room. Sometimes you see them 6. Before you know it, there's a problem. We have to move out and all that. It's not as easy as you see it today.
Oh, is today easy?
Yeah.
You think so?
Now we are eating bread with butter. Those days they are not even bread. Don't talk about butter. Ghana improved since 2000. Ghana ask anybody. And that's why we actually applaud the leadership since that time. Ghana really developed very massive. But you see, things keep on changing, and the young guys are coming up. They're also having their own, they have done well in almost all aspects of life. So they compete with us and even beat us in some areas, like you see in the World Cup qualification.
Yeah.
They beat us, and then we are there.
Yeah. But sir, I think that what I think is, or what I'm thinking, could be that maybe because of some of our misbehavior sometimes, some of the people, I won't say young people, because I'm sure some old people too misbehave here in Ghana. I mean Nigerians.
What do you say misbehave? What actually do you want to hear?
No, some of them, do things, they don't have correct papers, and they still don't mind themselves. They are all over the place causing atrocities. That's what we hear. So
no,
do you think that's why?
It doesn't work that way. If you talk about paper, there's no place in the world that you don't have people without papers. What causes them not to have paper? Now, in Ghana here, the Ghanaians' standard is improving so rapidly and improving all aspects of life that if you are not working and making good profit as a Nigerian in Ghana, you cannot get the papers done. Every year you have to renew your
Ghana card.
Yes. Non-citizens. I just did mine last week. 750 Ghana cedis, which is...
I'm sorry, you're still renewing? After 28 years?
Uh,
Wow, I thought you were a citizen.
If you like, you can be here 100 years, you renew. Actually, I'm not going to be citizen of Ghana. So you can put it in anywhere.
Wow.
That's the time I wanted to, but I will not be. It's simple.
Is this a choice?
It's a choice, great choice. You see, if you give me honorary citizenship, I can take. But for me to process and drop Nigeria passport and take Ghanaian one, I won't do. Nobody
have the tool now.
No, I don't want trouble. I'm going to be a leader in my country. before some Guinean passport will appear my face inside. No. I have decided my life the way I want to go about it. Yeah. And my children will want to be Nigerian and continue being Nigerians. If we have permit to stay, which we normally do renew every year, we do that. I renew my permit every year. For 28 years? Yes, I do. After 2 years, like the one I have now, will expire in this year. By end of year it will expire. I will renew it. Wow. And it costs a lot to renew these days. Yeah. Two of my younger brother spent 21,000 for 2 years because they are on a working permit. Yeah. And it's $500. Calculation to it over 11,000, 10,000, 11. These things are not cheap. Oh. That's what I'm saying. No, it's not. Renewal of Ghana Cali, I think it's $60. And with the increment in what's it called, dollars, sometimes it's 700. I renewed mine this year, and I paid 700 and something cedis. Last year was Friday. I do mine. Yeah. So you haven't addressed the fact that some of our brothers misbehave. Brothers and sisters misbehave. So maybe that's why. Listen, the issue of misbehavior. Yeah. Sometimes I thought that may be the case, but that is not the case. Every country has law, and they have security as well. Yeah. What is that thing those people are doing? It's the law that will take its course. You see, laws have no eye. It does not care, and the crime have no nationality. I want to repeat it. Crime have no nationality. Yeah. What crime have is identity. It's personal. Whatever I'm doing, I should be identified with that. Don't tell me that these people come from Nigeria. There's nothing like that. So please, let us stop those things. Let me tell you, I used to be in Dubai and see some Africans. If you go that area and if you see one black person who is fleeing, then that person must be a ghost. If the country want to clean up anything, whether it's dirty or human being, in 24 hours that thing will cease to exist. Please forget that thing we are saying. Go and do it where there's no permitted to do it. You see yourself taken out of street immediately. They'll put in jail immediately. And next person will not come. Do you get it? So let us remove that kind of negativity in our mind. People have freedom when they escape from their jurisdiction, like where they have been known. When you are where you think nobody knows you are building a new relationship, you are easily going to mix up with other things that may not help you. But that is a human being. Now, some also came here and become born again. When I realized that my father and my mother was around my guidance, nobody was watching over me. I need God to watch me, so I have to go to church. You have to hold on to Him. Yes, and many people are like that. Ghanaians may not be more, but they are very determined. That's a strong one. No? These people they are determined. Anything they want to achieve, a Ghanaian cannot live if he didn't achieve what he wanted to achieve. He can go anywhere to get it done. This is my 28th year here, so I know how they behave. And look at what we are now planning. It was Ghanaian who told the politicians to follow their lane. If you watch what the politicians are doing here, it's different from what is going on in Nigeria. Ours is like before 1960, but they have gone ahead. Yes, they can rig election, can do anything, but listen, if you didn't do it well, you will go. They will terminate you immediately. If you steal some kind of money in the government coffers, you will go to jail. This one, they tell you that is chief. It doesn't. Here, there's a chief, but there's a money you steal, and everybody see that you steal that money. You go to jail. Like this, somebody tell me snake swallow. In Ghana, that person with the snake will be in jail. A sports minister was portfolio miss or didn't miss. They arrested him and put him in jail. Many of them, listen,
So if they want to do something,
if they want to do something, they do it and they do it well. And that is why you see the city progressing, even with little revenue.
True.
Because if you took all the whole money, there's this saying then that there's a contract awarded by Kenya, Ghanaian, Nigerians, but that's a long story. Ghanaian says that he used 10% of the contract. And the Nigerians will tell you that the contract that was awarded, the money is what he used to build the house. So he used all. He didn't even do anything. Now, in Nigeria is where 16 billion was pushed and pumped into electricity, and we still don't have seen the electricity. It can't happen in Ghana. It can't.
I'm really glad to hear this.
No, it can't happen in Ghana. You will still, but you cannot say what people will see. They will come to you. Even the boys will be in the street and be in your house.
So far, what do you think about the relationship between Nigeria and Ghana?
The relationship we have with Ghanaians is just like Igbo and Yoruba. Igbos and Yorubas are always having this unhealthy relationship.
I'm Yoruba, by the way. He's Igbo.
Yeah,
Just in case you do
in case anything happens, you know that it's a normal thing. Now, Igbo-Yoruba relationship is always like, we want to prove where we are better. But you see, you cannot be better than anybody. If you are long here, the other person is short. If you are short, the other person is long. So, what is your problem? Why can't you take what you have and go with it? Now, for Ghanaians, just like you said, there are so many Ghanaians, they're like they're Nigeria in their head.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. There's a lot of Nigerians also want to be Ghanaian
in their head. Yeah.
So that is how it is. So our relationship, I use this word for it, is like mixing Coke and Fanta. You can't separate them. Even when you see the colors different on the base and top, it's still, you cannot remove it. So when you want to cut it, you see that you still see the dark one there and the yellow one on the other side. I remember I was driving and I met some group of police guys, and they see that I'm coming from Ghana, and they say, the guy said, "Oh, I came from Obomosho, and in our place, a lot of us married to Ghanaians, whether the woman or the man." He told me that it is very difficult to say a family without having relationship.
In Obomosho?
Obomosho, yes.
Obomosho is in Oyo State.
Oyo State, so he called the town there. Wow. He says it's very difficult.
So there are a lot of Ghanaians.
In fact, when we are going on the street here, you will not even know that there's a lot of Nigerians that you may not identify. Wow. The same thing happened in Nigeria now. You go, before you know it, mixing, you speak something, somebody will tell you that I'm from Ghana. And so the only thing is that we should respect each other.
Yeah, that's the yes.
Know where you should, that you should have your boundary, and don't cross it. The Nigeria government valued Ghanaians so much. I
think in West Africa, I think Ghana and Nigeria are the closest. Even though some will not agree, they'll say we don't have anything in common, blah, blah, blah. And okay, I've heard you, but
no,
we are the closest.
No, they are the closest.
Yes, we actually are.
In fact,
even though we're not close physically.
In fact, when you see them at one office mix up, you see that the two will be allied.
Yes.
We appreciate the relationship we are having with the two countries, and we think we can. I think it's because of English speaking that is helping us. Yeah.
And we have quite a number of things, in common.
Yeah.
So, what would you say to some of the people out there or everyone out there? Because I have some subscribers or some people who watch my channel, and they keep saying, like I said earlier, oh, Nigeria and Ghana, they have nothing in common. You people should go, one thing, saying all sorts of things. And I'm like, hey, is this really how you see us? And, some of these people may not have had a one-on-one bad experience with Nigerians. It's something maybe their father told them, or their forefathers told them, or they read in the books. They've not really had that kind of encounter. So what will you say to them, those people that have, even Nigerians on the other hand, who think some way of Ghanaians and vice versa? So
everyone should respect one another.
Yeah.
We're all unique in different ways.
Yeah.
Before I came to Ghana, I used to have a Ghanaian who packs his things in my shop. I never knew I would be in Ghana, but we gave him, no, doesn't. I never thought of coming to Ghana, but we gave him that.
Back in Nigeria.
Yes, opportunity to put his wares after he closed for the work for the day, bring it to my shop. We even wait for him to come if he didn't come early. And when I came here, there's other people that also have played that role to me. Let me tell you that for me, it's going to be very difficult for me to be hard on any Ghanaian for reasons that is well personally and very precious to me. Here I am, even in this house now. It's owned by Ghanaian, and we are like a family here. In fact, genuine family. I can tell you a couple of things, but because of our time, but let me talk about Mr. Kok, who lives now in America. Mr. Kok called me a son, and I call him father. For many reasons. Let me put it in the internet. He was the first person that took my passport and get me Dubai visa. Yeah, he's a Ghanaian from ABTF. At the point, he says, Emeka, you have to go to Dubai. I said, listen, Master, I don't have any connection of that. I said, don't worry, bring your passport. I'll give it to somebody who get the visa. And he did. Where I reside now, I bought it from him, but he was giving me a gift. Then Nigerian man with greedy eyes said, I don't like that one, it's fine. I needed big one. And I bought where I live now from him. Recently, I needed loan. He also needed money. He gave me his house document to acquire loan. That is the extent in which we relate. There's another guy who worked with me since 1996. He's still with me now. It's Kweku. Kweku is a father to a police officer. He's not an ordinary person. If I call Kweku now to come to this office, the distance from where he is and here will only be a barrier. And if you want to get my trouble, go and touch Kweku. By the time you see, we already fought you and you see. This is how we have related. And so many people are like that. So these two great countries are relating very well. The man that is in charge of Guta, he's the product of it. Oh, if you hear about it, that's why I'm surprised. You can type Nutag, N-U-T-A-G. That you see maybe where me and Mr. Obin or any of their executive are battling it out in the stations and radios and things. It doesn't mean that we are enemy. What it means is that we have members to protect their interests. So the countries have their citizens' interests to protect. And that is why some of the policies goes against. But it's because we don't know what we're supposed to do as a nation or as a region. If you go to Europe, where we learn this kind of ECOWAS thing, European citizen is an European citizen. Immediately you are an European citizen, you have no boundary. East Africa is trying to do the same. Even Asians, they have open borders for themselves to operate. Africa is trying to do it, even though we still have a long way to do. But I want to tell the West Africans that we are too even small to fight among ourselves. I remember when Nigeria used to come up to curtail all those things, they were spending their resources and making sure that everybody live in harmony. Those things shouldn't be happening. But you won't blame Nigeria because we are the people who suffered all these stagnations and all manner of prejudice among all these countries. But our money is used to fight. So if Nigeria are not spending too much money to make the sub-region maybe peaceful, it's because they are not getting what they're supposed to get back. The population is big. You're always going to have the split of the human being. That citizen must be protected. Not he use his money to keep your place clean and he came there, he told him that he's dirty. That should be at a point. So we are relating very well, even as a nation to nation, government to government.
Fun fact, guys, we are right now at Abosokai. This is my first time inside Abosokai. My church is at Latibio.
Okay.
So I pass here every Sunday, but I've never entered inside. I must say that if you're a Nigerian or you know Nigeria, this place is very similar to Ladipo.
Yes.
Ladipo is where they sell spare parts. So Ladipo is the Abosokai of Accra. Man, we are one, and there's really nothing we can do about it. We're one. On this note, I would like to say a big thank you to you. Thank you so much for granting me the audience,
It's okay.
for your insights. On this note, I would like for you to subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. Is there any other thing you want to say?
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah.
We still continue championing the cause of Nigerian Union of Traders in Ghana and making sure that our members are law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, definitely.
And also comply with all the rule of laws. And we are calling for governments of all the countries to also step down some of the aggressions that are coming from the locals, especially in Ghana and our home country, Nigeria, as well. We are doing fine in Ghana. We are really doing well.
Yeah. How does one join the union?
If you are from Nigeria and you're a trader, you are qualified.
You are qualified.
Yeah.
Is there like an office where they go to or something?
Yes, we do have office, but this place is my own personal office.
Okay.
Where we have office, and we also have offices in regions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just to find out where.
Yeah, wherever you are located. In Accra here, we have what we call sectors. Sectors have to do with jurisdiction, where the areas you reside or you do your business. It's mainly on business. So that's the sectors. And the people have their own officers there and also have office. Then in regions, we also have regional office. And that is how we operate.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It was nice having you here.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, so tell us bye-bye in tree. Me, my tree too is kaka kakra. My tree is poorer than yours, so please tell us bye-bye in tree.
I can't even remember what the... Ochinawai. That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, Ochina, yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. All right then. We'll see you what's Ebeshi?
Ebeshi, we'll meet again.
We'll meet again. Okay. All right then. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.